left and right hemispheres of the brain. We will look at a theory presented by scientist Dr. Ian McGilchrist. Dr. McGilchrist is a soft-spoken British psychiatrist and neuroscientist who believes that the left half of our brain is detail-oriented and the right half of our brain is whole-oriented. He believes that the left hemisphere is slowly taking power and that we in the Western world are strangely feeding its ambitions. The left hemisphere is very proficient at creating technologies, data, and procedures, but it cannot understand the implications of these systems on the people and the world around it. It was once believed that the two hemispheres of the brain were simply logical on the left and creative on the right. It turns out many functions are shared by both hemispheres. But if you look not at what the brain does, as if it were just a machine, but in what manner it does it, as if it were part of a living person, some very important differences start to emerge. A picture takes shape that tells us some amazing things about ourselves and our world. Dr. McGilchrist believes that the mind and the brain can only be understood by seeing them in the broadest possible way. The whole of our physical and spiritual existence and of the wider human culture is molded by our minds and brains. The theory that the two hemispheres have differences comes from a single point of evolution. In order to survive, we need to be able to do two things at once. We need to be able to focus on something we are working on. At the same time, if we are going to survive, we need our attention to be wide open, looking out for predators, or maybe simply looking out for a mate. The two hemispheres are connected by a bridge of tissue called the Corpus Callosum. A combination of sensory, motor, and cognitive information is constantly being transferred between the hemispheres via this neural highway. The two hemispheres of the brain need to cooperate. Strangely, they find themselves in competition, simply because the left hemisphere's take on things is such that it thinks it knows it all. It cannot be aware of what the right hemisphere knows. Each needs the other. But the left hemisphere is more dependent on the right than the right is on the left. The left takes us away from the knowledge that the world has a rich complexity. The world, as it is, has evolved its own shape, value, meaning, and so on, and that we humans crowd it out with our own plans, ideas, and beliefs. Dr. McGilchrist believes that great moments in our human history, beginning in the ancient world, can show us the two hemispheres have been in balance and have worked in harmony. Ancient Greece, Egypt, Rome, the Renaissance, and the Enlightenment show harmony in thought and invention. Indigenous communities have illustrated their interconnectedness of humans to their surroundings and nature. The big question is, can we bring the world back to that balance?